Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, Cynicalex, and today we're going to be testing out how good Taskmaster can be as a support type in World Boss Legend, specifically in this case against Null, because we sort of established what Taskmaster, despite being a decent tier 2, actually like a pretty impressive tier 2, he doesn't have enough standalone damage at tier 3 to really push you forward, but he has the generic passive that makes him good and lets him buff every character, right? Every other character you bring along, every other character that your teammates bring along for DRX and stuff, he buffs them, right? But he has another passive. He actually has two passives. The second passive we often overlook because it doesn't apply to that many characters. It applies to only weapons master characters, and it gives them, if they don't already have it, it gives them guaranteed crit rate to the tune of 20%, and it gives them skill damage, bonus damage. I say if they don't already have it because from the testing that I've done in the past, guaranteed crit rate and skill damage, bonus damage buffs do not stack with existing buffs of the same type. However, ignore dodge buffs do stack. So in the case of someone like Bullseye, who has a base 50% ignore dodge and skill damage, bonus damage, when you pair Bullseye with Taskmaster, Bullseye will gain 20% ignore dodge, which is really good, and he will gain the 20% guaranteed crit rate, which is also very, very good considering Bullseye has a pretty challenging time triggering his rage consistently with no guaranteed crit rate. So Taskmaster could be an amazing support for Bullseye. So here's the full list of characters that can take advantage of Taskmaster's buffs right now at tier 3 and Transcended. There's more characters who are not tier 3 Transcended yet, but we've got Cable, Wolverine, Deadpool, of course Taskmaster, and then we got Star-Lord, Winter Soldier, Mystique, Ares, Moon Knight, Bullseye, and that's it. And you can tell that they have it because if you go into the details page, there on the abilities, you'll see the two guns back to back, and that is the Weapon Master passive. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing out 3 unique characters. Winter Soldier with a proc obelisk, who does not have any of the buffs. He doesn't have any guaranteed crit rate. He doesn't have any, well, he has ignore dodge as a buff, and he doesn't have any skill damage, bonus damage. Then we're also going to be testing, what's his name? Moon Knight, who does have, I believe he does have skill damage, bonus damage on his uniform. Yeah, but he doesn't have guaranteed crit rate and he doesn't have ignore dodge unless you count the buffs that he gets from skills. And then we're going to be testing out Wolverine. He does have guaranteed crit rate, but he doesn't have the ignore dodge except on a skill buff. And then he doesn't have skill damage, bonus damage. So I think the characters that don't have skill damage, bonus damage will see the biggest increase in their support buffs and their damage output when we switch from Mystique to Taskmaster. That's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be switching between Mystique and Taskmaster because they basically have the same regular buff here. So we need to control for this buff. We don't want to take away Taskmaster and put in someone random because then that's going to be a huge difference, right? We want to keep that 40-40 buff alive. I believe it's very similar for Mystique. It's a 40-45, yeah. So it's still 40 for villains, so it's exactly the same. Because we're using males and females, we're gonna have to go down to stage 9 of Null. I made the mistake when I was recording this video earlier, and I had to do a redo this cut right here, where I was doing stage 14. But anyways, we're gonna do stage 9 in order to control for the amount of damage because I have so much Pierce. I'm not going to use a leadership, and we're basically just going to test the first phase. This is not supposed to be a full clear. We're just testing to see how strong Taskmaster is. Even though we're playing with Winter Soldier, Moon Knight, and Wolverine, the real star of the show here is Taskmaster. So the other nice thing about this test is we get to see how Taskmaster buffs a character with an obelisk, a tier 3 with an obelisk, a tier 3 with a rage, and a tier 3 with a CTP of energy, because that's what Wolverine and Moon Knight have. We're also going to bring in 2 ignore dodge strikers just across the board because that is going to give us sort of, a decent comparison. We don't want the characters to miss too many attacks because then, of course, that's also going to affect the results a little bit too much. You also have to play well, which may be difficult for me to do. 3 cooldown because I didn't press it for a really long time. Okay, we're going to do there 5-5. He can't dodge the cage, we know that, so we have to use the co-op skill, but of course Ant-Man was striking, so I couldn't cancel with the co-op. Thanks, Ant-Man. Doing pretty well thus far. Okay, we dodged the cage there. Gonna pop it to tier 3. We're doing really well thus far for the consistency of the CTP, the obelisk procs. This is just a regular crit damage 200 proc. But you can see here that the damage is so good. The damage is so high that we may not be able to see too much of a difference between the two. Okay, so we finished that in a minute. Yeah, it might be kind of tough considering that there is 2 cages. This might be kind of tough to see, but the problem is it's pretty much impossible to test this on a higher stage because of the requirement. I can't really make my characters weaker, right? But the requirements when you go above stage 9 of Null really make this tricky here. So we're gonna see how much harder he's gonna hit now with Taskmaster doing his thing for us. Oh, we procced early though. We procced on 5 instead of 6. That's unfortunate. We are gonna dodge the cage, but we are also going to. Oh, I missed my proc. Ooh, this is a sloppy run. I mixed up my proc activating with the insight activating. Okay, there we get a good proc. Ooh, that was nice. Yeah, this wasn't a very good run, I gotta be honest with you. It actually looks like it's slower, which is strange because Taskmaster should be doing a lot more for this run than Mystique did. I mean, he's giving the full range of buff. If it's working right, he should be giving Winter Soldier the full range of buffs, and I think you can see it here in the first rotation, where he gives him almost a full extra bar's worth of damage, I believe. There we go. There we go. That time we didn't miss the proc. There we go. That damage is nice, dude. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get stunned by the cage, but yeah, we went all the way to the second cage with just 1 tier 3. We're gonna get snared here a bunch, so this is gonna lose us about 5 seconds. But I'm gonna pop this here. Yeah, see? Yeah, see? This is what I was expecting. There we missed the proc, but yeah, see? Look at that. 15 seconds faster, basically. Yeah. So you can extrapolate that, right? 15 seconds faster on a stage where I'm actually doing a ton of damage. What it actually means is that Taskmaster is going to have an even more pronounced effect if you have less Pierce or if you go to a higher stage. Obviously, on higher stages, like, you can't even use Mystique necessarily because from 10 to 19, you have to use either male characters or human characters, and Mystique is a female mutant. But the fact that I was able to shave off 15 seconds of a clear that's already only 1 minute, and keep in mind I got stunned for 5 seconds, so it could actually be even faster than that, is actually pretty impressive. And I think, you know, if you're struggling to clear with some of these characters and you add Taskmaster instead of Valkyrie or Mystique, you'll actually see a pretty big difference. It's not going to be, I will say this, it's not going to be a little, it's going to be a little bit less of an increase from Mystique to, or from Valkyrie to Taskmaster versus Mystique to Taskmaster, because if the character needs ignore dodge, Taskmaster gives 20% and Valkyrie gives 30%. In some of these cases, they don't need the ignore dodge because, like, Wolverine gives himself 40% on his passive, on his 4th skill. Moon Knight gives himself 70% with his awakening. So the difference is, you know, there's no difference because they're already capped at 100%. They're already over 100% anyways. It's not that there's a cap. But anyways, I digress. Let's go ahead and test out the next character and see how they do. Moon Knight. Let's see what's up. Of course, we got to leave Wolverine to the end, guys. Of course we do. So yeah, in this case, we're going to see, I believe Moon Knight also has a team up with Taskmaster. So that is going to be another bonus that, again, I can't control for, right? They have a bonus together and there's nothing I can do about that. Oh, we tried to skip the cage, but we actually failed. Darn. Yeah, the damage is pretty nutty, eh? And try to get a cheeky proc in here. No? Before the cage. So I get stunned by both cages. So that is something else to keep in mind. We're going to dodge this, and then we're just going to pop off the... Yeah. I canceled 6 into 4. Yeah, this is really, really fast. Again, I'm not sure... 36 seconds. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to see a huge difference, but let's see. I don't know. He's giving him... He doesn't gain the skill damage bonus damage, which I think is a big plus, but he does gain ignore dodge, and he does gain the guaranteed crit. Now, my Moon Knight doesn't have a CTP of rage, so again, that could be another thing, right? Oh, there we didn't. We also didn't skip the cage. But yeah, if you had a rage on your Moon Knight, that'd be an even bigger incentive to get Taskmaster. Wow, but look at this. Wow, he could actually. Wow, he actually is faster. Wow. So again, like crazy. Like it doesn't seem like much, but the fact that I'm able to go 6 seconds faster in with such a small window of time to begin with, right? Like if you think about the number of skill animation, like the number of skills I'm doing is so few. So if you think about how much more damage is being added per skill in order to be just 6 seconds faster. 6 seconds faster is actually like 3 or 4 bars faster. I know in the last one I ran around and I waited for the 6th skill to be off cooldown, but that's also because I was much further away. Like he was at 35 bars or 36 bars versus here where he was only at 32 bars. So I know it seems negligible, but I can definitely feel that there's a difference. I think Wolverine is going to show us the biggest difference here. And again, Wolverine is also going to have a team up with Mystique, I believe. So he's actually going to have a little bit more than usual with Mystique than he does with Taskmaster. But I think you're going to see a big time buff. All right, excuse the abrupt cut there on that run, but I did a couple runs here with Wolverine and it was just an absolute mess. Of course, now he's not even proccing his rage. Yeah, it was. So I had to add Ancient One because Wolverine was just not getting it done. He was just like, he was captain of the struggle bus here. And I didn't really want to, you know, upload something so ugly. It's just not really worth that. So, yeah, I don't think you're going to be tier 3ing Taskmaster to use with Wolverine here, because even with a rage and 20% pierce, this dude is, you know, the captain of the struggle bus. But we'll see. When the tier 3 pops off, the damage is not bad, you know, but man. Even with the co-op skill, he can't dodge the cage, man. Like, there's just so many things wrong with this. And you have to use the 3rd skill strategically because it's 3 seconds of invincibility that he has, which is such a short amount of time. Anyways, this is a lot better than the previous runs, believe me. I know you're looking at yourself, you're like, bro, this is a better run. I know, but it really is. It really is. So yeah, we do 4, 3, 6 so that we have the super armor. There we don't get knocked back. Nice. And then we also get the ignore dodge from 4. The things we have to do to make Wolverine work. And then of course, Ancient One is absolutely necessary here as a striker to stop me from getting clowned too hard. Yeah, we're just insta-canceling 4. We really just need it for the guard break. The super armor, I should say. Okay. Bless this mess. So that took 1 minute and 55 seconds. Boy, was that a long time. That is not fun. I gotta tell you. Hopefully here, hopefully we will see a big upgrade, because I really don't want to do another like minute and 50-second fight. So hopefully we will see. We're gonna get stunned here again. Yeah, okay, so we're sort of mimicking the the conditions that brought that you know was our downfall last time. We're just gonna pop the tier 3 as soon as it's ready. Yeah, look at that damage though. Yeah, you can totally tell that Taskmaster's adding a ton here. Nice. Nice. Stunned by the cage again. Oh my god, he just interrupted my tier 3. Oh, if I had just waited. Oh, if I had just waited. Oh, that was so tragic. Yeah, I think we have to pop the 3. And like maybe the 4, but definitely the 3. Cannot dodge these cages, bro. Cannot. Just like absolutely cannot. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6. For sure it's stronger, bro. And this is with an interrupted tier 3, keep that in mind, right? With an interrupted tier 3. Yeah, so there you go. There you go. Another really good example of how Taskmaster actually does add a lot. And so, again, for characters that are even stronger, but who are missing skill damage, bonus damage, so I'm looking at especially Deadpool, Wolverine, and Winter Soldier. Those 3 characters stand to gain a lot from Taskmaster. Again, adding 30 seconds is a big deal, right? Is a big deal, considering this is just his raw damage being bumped up by 30 seconds. That's, you know, 25% faster or whatever, right? He's clearing it with 30 seconds left. So he can actually clear this pretty comfortably. So if I gave, like, you know, the difference between not being able to do this on stage 9 versus being able to do it with time to spare is the difference between Mystique and Taskmaster. It's not even the difference between Taskmaster and no support, right? It's the difference between a support and Taskmaster. So that's where I think the comparison really hinges and really shows how if you combo Taskmaster with specific characters, you can actually see some really big gains in your times against Null, against Mephisto, and against, you know, DRX bosses. So keep that in mind and definitely consider whether Taskmaster is a worthy addition to your roster, because unlike Mystique and unlike Valkyrie, who have good buffs for sure, Taskmaster has an additional buff and a major added layer of buffs for these specific 9 characters, right? I would say especially Winter Soldier, because he's brand new and he's a speed type, so you can also take him into Mephisto. I think Winter Soldier stands to gain an absolute boatload of content improvements from Taskmaster's added support buffs. And maybe, who knows, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, and we'll see. Maybe I'll do this again for characters like Deadpool, Bullseye, and Cable, because I am actually curious about them. But I don't think this video, I didn't want the video to be like 30 minutes long, so I only chose those 3 for the variety of obelisks and the variety of buffs that they can get from Taskmaster. So anyways, hit me up in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.